So Tim actually still does work at Intrepid, and I do have permission to share this, but it has screenshots of the same kinds of things that you guys were talking about, only when you have a technology to support it. Because I think the common thread here is that what we want to do is we want to reduce cognitive overwhelm for people. We want them to feel welcome, to feel like they have a place and they're adding value.
Absolutely. And there were a few things that we did to address that. One of which was giving them a checklist. It sounds so utilitarian and simple and even perhaps archaic, but without technology, we knew that we had to give them direction every step of the way. So not only did they have checklists that by the end of the week, they could mark these items off, knowing that they had successfully completed all of them. We also gave a checklist to their manager to create for onboarding within the first 90 days, role specific, function specific, team specific activities that they needed to complete.
So we actually instituted a level 2 Kirkpatrick learning readiness pre-assessment and then onboarding readiness post-assessment to try and determine, how are folks learning from this program? And the key question that I've zeroed in on, it's right in the center of the two assessments, is basically asking them on day one, how knowledgeable are you about the organization, phrased in sort of like a Likert scale. So it's like, I am incredibly knowledgeable, I'm sort of knowledgeable, I'm neutral, I'm not really that knowledgeable, and I have no idea what this company does. And then same question on day 5. And it was marked, the improvement that we saw. I mean, we saw 20% of folks knew what the organization did on day 1, and we're above like 90% by day 5. Now, obviously it's self-reported and they know that this information is going to their manager, so take it with a grain of salt. However, when we read some of the qualitative feedback, and I think there was also some unsolicited feedback that came Wendy's way, things like, this was the greatest onboarding program that I've ever been a part of. It seems like they actually care about me as a person and not just as an employee. Lots of really great buzz around the program itself.
Sure. We actually redesigned our onboarding 15 months ago or so, and we've had almost 2,000 people go through it. So we have some good data, and we're really trying to look at how to improve and make it better. But the moments that matter are, of course, the first day. That's super important. How they get acclimated into their workplace, whether it's virtual or it's in the office, but just the mechanics around that.
I can speak. So just in terms of, so I am also in transition, but as of a few weeks ago, I was gainfully employed, and I built out a new onboarding experience. And the first thing we started with, to your point of lo-fi, is physical checklists for new employees, for their managers, because we had managers who didn't necessarily know when people are starting and didn't know what to do when people were starting. So we provided that insight. And then we also had a buddy program, ambassador program, whatever you want to call it. We provided checklists to those folks as well, so that everyone had a very holistic understanding of what to expect